Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, as today we're going to be breaking down the Edmonton Oilers roster coming into the 2022-23 season, as finally, hockey is back, baby. Who's pumped up for hockey, boys? I am. I'm pumped up to see my boy McJesus break some goddamn ankles. We got to see that a little bit in the preseason. I get to see my boy, the Bison King, whoop some ass. I am so damn excited to talk about the Edmonton Oilers, and finally I get to talk about them even more and get to talk about their opening day roster. Let's get right into this. Before I do though, I'd like to just say, if you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. It'll be very much appreciated. And also make sure to go scroll down, click on that join tab if you'd like to become a member today. You get some really cool emails. Not just that, you also get some early access to some early content and some exclusive videos as well, so make sure to go check that out as well. So let's jump right into this. Now, before I do talk about this, I'd like to say thank you to Steve Dangle for the great idea to talk about the opening day roster. I never really thought of it until I seen Steve Dangle's video. I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool idea. So thank you very much to the legend, Steve Dangle, who we're definitely going to be screaming together, because most likely it's going to be, I don't know, at least probably will have a good season, but I don't know about Matt Murray and Samsonov, man. I know people were saying at the end of no right preseason, but it's just the preseason, man. It's going to be real. It's going to be really real once the regular season starts up. But anyways, let's get into talking about the Edmonton Oilers and the regular season roster and what's going to be happening with that. This year's preseason was pretty good. There was a lot of players that had a really fun time. And the way that I'm going to kind of break down the rosters, we're going to go throughout each line, kind of what was projected, as Tony Barr kind of posted the lines for the Oilers practice. Now, this might not be the exact roster we will be seeing on Wednesday, but it is a good bet that this is going to be the starting day roster. Looks like Jason Demers also will be an Edmonton Oiler, from what it looks like. He was the 7th defenseman on this list. He still hasn't signed a contract yet, but I'm guessing we're keeping him on the PTO for a little bit as we, get some cap going so we can afford Jason Demers on a league minimum deal. And I wouldn't mind Jason Demers. I think Jason Demers will be a nice addition to the team this upcoming season. I don't know if you think, did he even play last year? I don't even remember if he played last year. I know he was on Arizona there, but no, he played in the KHL for very little bit, and with the Olympic team there as well. But when he did play with the Arizona Coyotes, wasn't that bad of a defenseman. And I think he'd be a nice veteran defenseman to add to the team and make us even deeper, which, if you guys didn't watch the video yesterday where I talked about the Klim Kostin and Dmitry Samarokov deal, this year we have a lot of depth player. James Hablum, who, the undrafted kid who has just been looking absolutely amazing throughout preseason, scored 2 big goals in a few preseason games he did play. Small little guy, was just gunning all over the place, looked really, really well throughout the entire preseason, looked well with just about anybody that he played with, whether it was, down below with Devon Shore, or whether he was playing up with Dylan Hall, or whether he was just like lying his own line basically with Jake Virtanen and carrying the motherfucker. Like, he was looking so good throughout the entire time, and that is a really good player. Tyler Benson also looked good. Unfortunately, he got an injury, so he won't be on opening day roster, but you might be able to see him. Now you got Klim Kostin. Matthijs Janmark looked okay, but you also have him. Greg McCabe. The defense is stacked with Nemelainen and Cuckoo, if we're going to be signing Demers, and then you also got Broberg. There's so much damn stuff to talk about with this team that, like, we're just so loaded up. We have so many players. We even have problems with our wingers, because, like, you have so many wingers to talk about. Like, you have so many situations that you could do. If you want Puljujärvi to not play on the top line, you could play him alongside McLeod and Nuge, which just makes a really nice, deep second line. We might be seeing Dylan Holloway. There's so much to talk about here, man. So let's get into it. Let's slow things down, and let's get into it, because my excitement is overboiling, because hockey's back, baby. Hockey's back. Woo! All right, let's talk about it. All right, let's talk about Kane, McDavid, and Puljujärvi, the top line that is projected to be for Game 1. Now, I really like this line. I think this line is exactly what the Edmonton Oilers should keep. This is exactly the top line that I wanted to see. Kane, the goal scorer, he's going to be probably that 30, 40-point getter this year for the Edmonton Oilers. I really do believe that. He had 22 goals in 43 games that last season with the Edmonton Oilers. I think Evander Kane will have another massive season for the team again. We all know what McDavid does. McDavid does McDavid things. I think he's going to have another incredible season, but playing alongside Jesse Puljujarvi, just the stats prove everything and what we've seen from last year. When Jesse Puljujarvi plays alongside of Connor McDavid, the game between those guys just grow. And I think with this combination of these three guys playing together, I think could be one of the best lines in the NHL without a doubt. Puljujarvi just plays such a great two-way game, and there's the reason why I love him so goddamn much. And he looked really good throughout the entire preseason, showing that he has grown his game a little bit. So I'm really excited to see what he'll be able to do in this upcoming season, because he had a really good start last year, and that was a big thing. He had a really good start last year, ended off the year rough with his COVID thing that he got. He got sick with COVID, and not just that, he also had the shoulder injury near the end of the season, which kind of hindered him from finishing off strong. But I think with Puljujarvi, this is going to be a guy that continues to grow, and I think you're going to be seeing Puljujarvi play really, really good this year, and I'm really excited to see what he'll be able to do. Now, for the second line, we got Holloway, Draisaitl, and Zach Hyman, which we're already starting to see that instant fucking success between those two guys in Holloway and Zach Hyman. And Holloway, whoo, baby, what a sick-looking guy he is, man. Holloway with the hattie that he had against the Vancouver Canucks, basically just killing Colin Delalia's career. Like, dude, the toe drag fucking snap right on the back of the net. That was insane, man. His shot is incredible. The way he skates, his two-way game is absolutely incredible. Like, Holloway is such a good NHLer, and I'm excited to see what he'll be able to do. Honestly, is a Calder candidate this upcoming season, with especially if he continue to do what he's able to do. And if he's playing on the second line with Draisaitl and Hyman, that is an incredible opportunity for Dylan Holloway this upcoming season. And I'm excited to see what he'll be able to do with the Edmonton Oilers, because honestly, I think he's just going to have an incredible season. I really do feel like that way. You know, Dylan Holloway played really good for the NCAA team the year before. And not just that, he had a pretty good season with the Bakersfield Condors last year as well, putting up 22 points in 33 games, having a really good time in the playoffs as well, 4 points in just 5 games. So honestly, I'm really, really excited to see what Dylan Holloway will do. And that's a big player that I'm just excited to see what he'll do. The third line, we got McLeod, Nuge, and Fogle. I don't know about this combination. I think we're going to see the third line kind of change up a little bit. We'll have to see what happens with that. But Yamoto, he'll probably be up there as well. But we need to see a big year out of Yamoto. He finished off the year really strong last year, but his 5-on-5 play is still something to be talked about. He still struggles a little bit on the 5-on-5. You know, he got a lot of big goals near the end of the season, but Yamoto really was struggling all the way throughout the majority of the season last year, up until Woodcroft came in, where Yamoto really started to turn on his jets. Not enough people talk about this because, you know, Puljujarvi's been the main guy throughout this entire offseason that people continue to ride on. And, you know, Mark Spector, who I cannot believe he's still an analyst, but Mark Spector riding on him and everybody else. But there's not a lot of talk about Kayla Yamoto. You know, Kayla Yamoto had a good season last year, but there was a lot of struggles with Yamoto as well. Throughout majority of the last season, Yamoto barely struggled to get any goals or any points last year. Like last year, he only had 16 points in 44 games, and majority of those games were all with Dave Tippett. From the start of the season all the way until Tippett was fired, Yamoto struggled. He struggled to get goals. He struggled to play 5-on-5. So I think this is a big story this upcoming season, is how well Yamoto will do alongside Jesse Puljujarvi as well. No doubt, I think if Puljujarvi is able to get that finishing ability up, I think we could see two great, amazing players on that right wing, making it really hard for Ken Holland to really decide on who's going to be really leaving the team next. But we'll move on towards the fourth line, which we got James Hamblin, which I'm really excited to see how well this kid will be able to do in the regular season. For me, James Hamblin, I think, might only play a few games to start off the season. And, you know, he's going to be one of those preseason wonders and then might tail off throughout the regular season. But I'm excited to see how well he'll do alongside of Shore and Ryan. Who knows, maybe he surprises us and is just an absolute killer stud out there. So I'm excited to see him get his very first NHL game in. Some of the guys that you might see in the roster later on down the road, Clem Costin, you might be seeing Matthias Janmark. You also might be seeing a little bit later on down the road Craig McKay. You might only see him if there's like injuries to either Devin Shore or Derek Ryan or maybe even Ryan McLeod. He's just an extra centerman to kind of fill in the spot who could play a little bit of PK as well. Otherwise, defense, we got Darnell Nurse, Cody Ceci, kind of the typical pairing that we were seeing last year. They were a top pairing, and I think Nurse is going to have another big step up of his year. He's heading right into his prime at 27. Cody Ceci had a decent end of the season last year, but we're going to be really seeing him take a lot more minutes. So I think for Ceci, He really needs to lock down defensively. Did not bat last year, but that's a really big thing for this year for CC, is we really need to see that lockdown defensively, and we really need to see him have another big year this year as well. He had an alright season last year, but this is a really big season for Cody CC, I think, and he really needs to take another big step up for us as well. Brad Kulak, Tyson Barrie. I was kind of expecting this defensive pairing because I didn't know if they were going to play Tyson Barrie alongside Ryan Murray or Broberg, but I like this pairing because Kulak played really well with Tyson Barrie last year, so I think this is a really good pairing, and they should definitely put these guys alongside of each other. And then Murray and Bouchard. I wouldn't really worry about Bouchard playing, on the third pairing. I think he's still going to get a decent amount of minutes per game, but I really do like this pairing as well between Murray and Bouchard. I think it's a really good pairing, and I'm really excited to see how well they'll do as well. And then our boy Jack Campbell, Soup and Stew, baby. The tandem between Campbell and Skinner. I think we're going to have a really good tandem this year. I'm really, really excited to see how well Campbell do for the Edmonton Oilers, especially on opening night against the Vancouver Canucks. And especially since I'm going to be going all the way down to Edmonton to be able to watch the Battle of Alberta between the Edmonton Oilers and the Calgary Flames, which I am super pumped for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. But for now, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Tell me, guys, in the comment section below what you guys thought of this roster breakdown and who you guys most excited about, who you guys are going to think is kind of a big breakout season for the Edmonton Oilers. For me, honestly, I'm thinking Puljujärvi is going to be the big, massive breakout player for the Edmonton Oilers this upcoming season. So generally, I am really, really excited to see what the Edmonton Oilers will do this upcoming season. It is just going to be an absolute blast of a year, and I cannot wait to continue to make all these OGRs and live streams every single day. And also, since the timing of this video, I will be almost live, most likely, by the upload of this video, because I'm going to be uploading this tomorrow. The day of making this video, it's on Monday, so I'll be uploading it on Tuesday, where I will be live for the very first 2 games of the regular season. Well, I guess technically the second, but the opening day, we got the Tampa Bay Lightning versus the New York Rangers live at, I think it's 4:30 p.m. Pacific, and then the Vegas Golden Knights versus LA, that will be at 7 p.m. Pacific. So we're going to be doing a doubleheader, opening night. Be there, come and watch. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Make sure to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button as well, and I'll see you guys all at the live stream, and adios, amigos.